Very good afternoon to all the students. In the previous lecture, we were discussing regarding control unit, and in that, we were discussing the last topic that was related to stack pointer and how it is using the stack memory. Right? Now, the next topic that we need to discuss, that is reverse Polish notations. Can you see the slides, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the reverse Polish notation, see, normally whenever we have a arithmetic expression, okay, the arithmetic expression is something like this. Suppose there are two operands, A and B. Then we normally write as A plus B. This is called as infix notation. This is called as infix notation. Rather, if we write the same thing, okay, the task is same, but if we write in the form that plus AB, then it is called as prefix notation or Polish notation. And if we write A first operand, B second operand, and then operator sign. Okay. So remember, operators are followed after operands. So that is postfix, or what we can say, reverse Polish notation. So let us see one example. Consider with the infix notation, suppose the operation is normally what we have studied so far in our books is that 4 plus 6 multiplied by 2. Okay. Now, what is the order of operation? Is the result 20 or is the result 16?
16.
So 6 into 2, that is 12 plus 4. So what is the order of operation? That we all know, right? First, if there is any parenthesis, then the component inside the parenthesis, that operation has to be done first. In the next sequence, there has to be exponents, then multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So what happens in the case of reverse Polish notation, and why it is important? Because this is easier for machine to understand. Normally we use infix notation, but for machines, what are the operands that they get the first? Machine gets the first, and then what is the operation? So that operator is then at the last. Reverse Polish notation combined with the stack arrangement of registers is the most efficient way known for evaluating arithmetic expressions by machine. Reverse Polish notation combined with stack arrangement of registers is the most efficient way known for evaluating arithmetic expressions. This procedure is employed in some electronic calculators and also in some computers. The procedure consists of first converting arithmetic expression into its equivalent reverse Polish notation. The following micro operations are executed with stack when an operation is entered in a calculator or is issued by the control unit in a computer. What are these operations? Let us see. This is the mathematical infix notation that needs to be executed. 3 multiplied by 4, these are in the parentheses, and 5 multiplied by 6, these are also in the parentheses, and then summation. But in the reverse polish notation, how do we express this? So operands and operators which are in the parentheses, they are executed first. So first operand 3, second operand 4, and then operator. Then what are the operands and operators in the second parenthesis? So there is first operand 5, second operand 6, and then operator multiplication. And then the operator which remains is the addition. So this is reverse polish notation. How it is useful? In the stack, we can first put the operator, the operand 3, then above that, the operand 4. Then next comes the operator. So result of operation is done, and that is then put on the stack location starting with 0. Then again putting one more operator on it, operand 5, next operand 6, and 5 and 6 multiplication. So that operation is done, and that is again put on the stack above the 12. And finally addition. This is how stack along with the reverse polish notations helps a machine to perform the arithmetic operation. Is this clear? Please write in the chat box. Harshil, you okay? Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
so once repeat the steps.
These steps.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Below.
Okay. So you see normal infix notation is the laser pointer, right? In the parenthesis, there is 3 multiplied by 4 and 5 multiplied by 6, and then summation of the results. But in the reverse polish notation, how the notation works? First operands and then operators. So in the first parenthesis, what are the operands? 3 and 4, followed by operator. Then what is in the next parenthesis? Operands first and then operator. And then once it is executed, what is the next? There is only one operation remains, that is addition outside parenthesis. So this is the notation. But how it is done using the stack? By the machine. First it will put one operand starting at the bottom of the stack. Then second operand. Now next thing is operation. Okay. Operation of last 2 entries of the stack. Operation on last 2 entries on the stack. What are the last 2 entries? 4 and 3. The operation is done on that, and the result is put from the most below position possible. So 12. Then what is the next? There is operand 5. So operand 5 is pushed on the stack. Operand 6 is pushed on the stack. Then operator is there. So operation of last 2 entries on the stack. Last 2 entries are 6 and 5. The result is put on most below of these components. So 5 and 6, and result is put on the position of 5. So that is 30. Then again next is operation. So what are the last two operands on the stack? On that operation will be performed. So 30 and 12. Result is put on the component which is on the bottom of the stack on which operation is performed. So 12 is replaced by the result 42. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us see some more examples. The first one is A and B plus C and D. So what is its reverse Polish notation? AB and CD multiplication. So AB multiplication, CD multiplication, and then addition. Similarly, 3 into 4 plus 5 into 6. So 3, 4 multiplication, 5, 6 multiplication, addition. Now I request all the students to write their answer for the last one. Think about it and then write answer. What will be the reverse Polish notation for the last equation? Operands followed by operator. Have you written? No one? Sorry. No one has written in the chat box. Let us check. First, starting from the left, there is parenthesis present. So A and B operators are there. A and B operators are there. What is operands are there? What is operator? Summation. Then again parenthesis is there. So that parenthesis is executed first. In this parenthesis, what are the operators? C, D, E. But on that, what has to be done? First, D and E addition has to be done. So D and E addition is done. And then on the result, C and the result multiplication is there. With this result, next operand is F. F is kept, it's summation. And this whole summation is multiplication with A plus B. So last there is a multiplication. So we use this infix notation, but the machine will use reverse Polish notation. Any doubt in this? Let me give you one more example.
Sir, please repeat the last examples once again.
The last one, this one. Okay. So how the machine will convert this instruction, the expression, into reverse Polish notation? Starting from the left, we find a parenthesis. So component inside the parenthesis has to be executed. Yes. So A and B. A and B are the operands followed by operator. So that is done. Then there is a multiplication. But what is the logic of reverse Polish? First, there has to be operands and then multiplication. So multiplication, this multiplication will not be done. Next, we find a parenthesis. So component inside the parenthesis, starting from the left, what are the operands? C, D, E. But D and E, they are in the parenthesis. So that addition has to be done first on the previous two operands, DE. And then multiplication will be done on the result of previous two operands with C. Next, operand has to be written first, F, followed by operator, plus. Now this whole parenthesis is executed. This parenthesis is also executed. What remains is the multiplication of two parentheses, that is last one. Is it making sense now? Okay, let me give you one more for practice, one more expression. 8 plus 9 multiplied by 3 into 5 plus 2. Now write a reverse Polish notation for this. What is written? Harshil has given answer. Chandan, Vicky, all the students write answer in the chat box. Kinjal, Amit, Bhagyesh, Amit, you have used two times. Okay, let us verify your answers. The result of reverse Polish operation would be, first there is a parenthesis, so that has to be executed first. What is inside the parenthesis? 8, 9 are the operands followed by the operator, plus. Then there is an operator. Operator will be at the last. So what is the next operand? That is this. In that there is a parenthesis. So 3, 5 are the operands followed by operation, operator, multiplication. This is multiplication. Then that result would be added with 2. So operand first and then operator. And that result would be multiplied with the previous parenthesis. So this is the answer. 8, 9 plus 3, 5 multiplication, 2 plus multiplication. Almost all the students have given correct answer. Next question is explain instruction format with an example. For this question, we will have following discussion. Instruction format. An instruction is normally made up of combination of an operation code and some way of specifying an operand. An instruction is normally made up of combination of an operation code and some way of specifying an operand. which is most commonly, the specification is by its location or the address in the memory. What is the mode of operation? Then there is a opcode, and then there is a address or operand. Mode of operation, meaning addressing mode, then opcode, and address or operand. If it is immediate addressing, then there will be operand, right? The computers may have instructions of several different lengths containing varying number of addresses, and the number of address fields in the instruction format of a computer depends on internal organization of its registers. Most of the computers fall into one of the three types of computer organizations. Again, computers may have the instructions of several different lengths containing varying number of addresses, right? But the number of addresses in the address field, that depends on the what is the organization of the registers. So what are the possible ways of CPU organization? One is single accumulator organization. Second, general register organization. And third, stack organization. What happens in a single accumulator organizations? All the operations that are performed with an implied accumulator register. For example, the instruction format is add X. In that, one of the operand is by default in the accumulator, right? So this kind of instruction is with reference to single accumulator organization. All the operations are performed with an implied accumulator register. One operand is already in the accumulator itself. Let us see that in memory, in some memory location X, there is an operand 20. And the content of accumulator register is 30. Then resultant operation would be performing the addition of the content of accumulator and the operand present at the memory location X, address is X, and the result is stored in accumulator. So that is single accumulator organization. Next is general register organization. In this case, the instruction format is of the type the computer needs 3 register address fields. Instruction format in this type of computer needs 3 register address fields. For example, like this: add R1, R2, R3. Add R1, R2, R3. So this will perform addition of content of R2 and R3, and result is stored in R1. This will perform addition of content of operands in the register R2 and R3, and result is stored in R1. On the other hand, suppose there are only 2 operands shown like this, add R1, R2, then its meaning is addition is to be performed on the operands from the registers R1 and R2. Result is stored in R1. Another possibility is that move the operand from R2 to R1. So this is also register organization. Another possibility, add the operand with R1 and from the memory location. R1 is on the CPU and X is the memory address from the memory. These three different possibilities are there in the case of general register organization. Instruction of format may have 3 register fields. In many cases, all 3 register fields are not shown, only 2 register fields are shown. Its meaning implies this. And not only addition instruction, like the data transfer instruction, that is also register organization category. The third one is the stack organization. The computers with the stack organization would have a push and pop instruction which requires an address field. Push X, push the content at the memory location X. Then add the content from the last 2 entries of the stack. So this is stack organization. Now, the types of address instruction. 3 address instructions are there. Memory addresses for the 2 operands and 1 destination needs to be specified, like this one instruction. So here, the last 2, they are the operands on which operation has to be performed, and the first one is the destination register. So these are what we can say 3 address instructions. Is it clear? Then there are 2 address instructions where there are 2 address registers or 2 memory locations which are specified, and it assumes that the destination address is only the first operand, like this one. So operands are also in these 2 registers, and result of the operation is to be stored in the first operand is used as a destination register. First operand is destination register. So these are 2 address instructions like this. Next is 1 address instruction. Here, 1 address can be a register or a memory address, but most of the time these are single accumulator organization related instructions. This uses by default 1 operand in accumulator register for all data manipulation, like add X. This is 1 address instruction. And certain instructions using the stack, they are 0 address instructions. Here, stack is used and the arithmetic operation pops 2 operands from the stack and pushes the result on the stack. Simple add instruction. So the last 2 entries, that is the topmost 2 entries of the stack, they are considered for performing operation, and the result is stored, pushed back onto stack. Like suppose the first operand is 3, second operand is 4, and each operand is 12. So first pop the last 2 operands from the stack, perform the operation, and then push the result back to stack. Clear? Simple. Pop meaning retrieve last 2 entries from the stack, perform an operation, store the result meaning push the result back onto stack. Is this clear? Please write in the chat box. Good, good. Now let us see how this instruction would get executed. Okay, the expression, the mathematical expression is x is equals to a plus b multiplication c plus d. Here you observe there is addition operation. Okay, there is multiplication operation. There are parentheses. What are the different other operations like subtraction, which is not here, then division? There can also be a transfer type operation. There can also be load and store operation where the data is loaded from the memory to accumulator and or the stored from accumulator to memory. Or it can also involve the push and pop operations for the stack. So you can see something like this. Our A is, let us say, some operand, let us say 10. B is suppose 20. C is suppose 30. D is suppose 40. Our result should be at the value X. So, if we need to use 3 address information, how do we do it? Go back. What we first need to do? A and B addition. So A and B addition, the result is stored in R1. Its meaning is written over here. Addition and result is stored in R1. R1 we can use a internal register of the CPU for storing a temporary data. What is the next requirement? C and D addition into this bracket. So C and D are the data and the result is stored in R2. This is its meaning. Last one is multiplication of 2 results, R1, R2. Result to be stored in X. So R1 and R2 multiplication, result is to be stored in X. So this is the mathematical expression evaluated by instructions, but the instructions are 3 address type category of instructions. Next, let us see the similar task, but it has to be done by 2 address instruction. What the task we need? A plus B, C plus D, and multiplication. So first there has to be A plus B, but we have to use only 2 address type instruction. So what we do first? First, get the data from the memory location whose address is A into register R1. Then add the content from R1 and the memory location whose address is B. R1 and memory location pointed by the address B. Where is the result of addition stored? In the register R1. Similarly, next 2 are C and D addition. C and D are memory locations. So first get the operand from the memory location C into register R2 and then perform the addition from the content of R2 with the operand present at the memory location pointed by location D. Result of the addition that is loaded into register R2. Then multiplication of R1 and R2. Result of multiplication is to be stored in R1. Finally, moving this content from R1 to memory location whose address is X. So same task is done by to address instruction. Remember, when we are performing our experiments 8085, that is having this 2 address instructions, right? Not 3 address. Then suppose similar task has to be done, but only using 1 address instructions. So how can we do it? Again, go back to what is the task? A plus B addition, C plus D addition, and then multiplication. First, the operand from the memory location whose address is A, that is loaded to accumulator. Then we execute the add instruction, add B, because this instruction takes by default 1 operand in accumulator. So that will perform the content of accumulator and the content at the memory location pointed by the location B. Perform the addition, result is to be stored in accumulator. So first addition is done, A plus B. Then this result is stored at some memory location. So store it back to some memory location pointed by the, what is address? T is the address. Next thing, C plus D. So first load C into accumulator, then perform addition with the operand present at the memory location pointed by address D. Result is in the addition. Result is in the accumulator. Once both additions are done, then what needs to be done? Multiplication of both results. So already 1 result is in accumulator at the end of this instruction. Second operand was stored back into memory address T. So perform multiplication. MULT. This will perform multiplication of operands in the accumulator, operand at the memory location whose address is T, and result is loaded to accumulator. The result from the accumulator is to be stored back at some memory location whose address is X. So same task is done by 1 address instruction. Remember, the instructions which are using less number of addresses, they actually require less program memory. But for executing one equation, we require more number of instructions. The last one is 0 address instructions, which uses stack. What is our task? Our equation is X is equals to A plus B multiplication with C plus D. Now this needs to be done with so first push on the stack from the content of memory location A. So that is pushed onto stack. Then push on the stack memory from the memory location whose address is B. So that is done. Then addition is to be done. So it will perform addition of last 2 entries in the stack, and result will be, so first there will be popping. Let me first show. Suppose this is the stack. So first what will happen? When this instruction gets executed, the operand 1 will be pushed on the stack whose address is from A. Then next operand is pushed on the stack. Then addition operation. When the addition is performed, first it will perform popping. These 2 operands are popped out addition is performed, and the result is stored back onto the stack. So at the end of this third instruction, the stack would have the result of A plus B. Next, C is pushed to stack, that is in fourth instruction. Next, D is pushed to stack, that is fifth instruction. Then when addition is performed, last two, they are popped out from the stack, addition is performed, and result is stored back onto stack. So how that will be? That will have C plus D over A plus B. Next instruction is multiplication. So that will take the last two from the stack. They are first pop out. From these results, it is performed multiplication, and the result is stored back onto stack. So this result will be stored back onto stack at the bottom. And finally, the result from the stack is moved at the memory location. For that, we require pop instruction. So same equation and different programs with different instruction formats. Right? Is that clear? Please write in the chat box. Okay, first we see the questions and then we will see the theory. These questions are to be discussed in the upcoming slides. What are these questions? Okay, I think this topic will take some time. Okay, we have some time, so let us discuss it for 10 minutes and then we can continue. So the questions which are asked in your university examinations, these are these questions. How addressing mode is significant for referring memory? List and explain addressing modes. Another question that is asked is, what is meant by addressing modes? List and explain any 5 modes in a proper example. The next question is, list various types of addressing modes, explain any 5 of them. These are all questions which has already been asked in your university examination. Explain addressing mode, list types of addressing modes. Then explain different addressing modes with an example. List out addressing mode and explain any 2 of them. These all questions are to be discussed in the upcoming slides. First, these are the various instructions and its mnemonic, right? Load, store, move, exchange, input, output, push, pop. Now let us see addressing modes. First of all, what do we mean by addressing modes? Okay, the addressing mode specifies a rule for interpreting or modifying address field of the instruction before the operand is actually executed. कोई ऑपरेंड एग्जीक्यूट हो उससे पहले, राइट? इंस्ट्रक्शन में कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा ना, ऑपकोड होगा और ऑपरेंड होगा. तो इंस्ट्रक्शन में जो ऑपरेंड है वो क्या, वो एड्रेस है या ऑपरेंड है, उसको इंटरप्रेट कैसे करें, उसका जो रूल है वो है एड्रेसिंग मोड. सो अगेन, एड्रेसिंग मोड specifies a rule for interpreting or modifying the address field, where either address or operand will be there, the address field of the instruction before the operand is actually executed. So before execution, how to interpret? How to interpret this field from the instruction format? A rule for that is addressing mode. For example, there is a BUL instruction, branch unconditionally. This instruction would have opcode and some address where the program counter has to branch. So that is direct addressing mode. Then suppose there is a BSA instruction, branch and save address. This will also have an address. This is also direct addressing mode, but this will do a task of branching to that address and first before that storing the present address, present program memory address. What are the different addressing modes? So far in our laboratory, we have seen only 3, right? Immediate addressing, direct addressing, indirect addressing. Overall, for any computer in the world, these are the possible addressing modes. Okay, for different microprocessors, what their manufacturer has designed, in the data sheet they would have given a set of instructions, would have some of these addressing modes. As an engineer, we need to learn every possible addressing mode so that we can use any possible microprocessor. So this is the list of different types of addressing mode. There is immediate mode, register mode, register indirect mode, direct addressing mode, direct address mode written here, indirect address mode written here, relative addressing mode, indexed addressing mode, auto increment or auto decrement addressing mode. These are the various types. Okay. What happens in immediate addressing? We have already studied in laboratory, right? You can tell me. Anyone? Harshil has written in the chat box, the immediate value is given. Okay. More proper words. Here, one operand is in the instruction itself. The operand on which operation is to be performed and the instruction itself. So the format is something like this. There is an opcode and the operand. Here, address is not given. Whenever there is an immediate addressing mode, the instruction will not have address of the operand. Rather, the instruction has operand itself. For example, consider that the content of register A is 50 before execution, but after running the instruction add 10. After running the instruction add 10, what would be the result? The already existing content of register A and the 8-bit data given in the instruction, which is this number, both will be added and result is stored into register A. So after execution, what will be the value of register A? Here 10 is written in decimal, okay? After execution, what will be the value of register A?
Sir, 18.
18? How?
Sir, 10 plus 8.
Again, see this carefully. This instruction is single accumulator computer organization instruction, meaning one operand is already in the accumulator. What is in the accumulator? What is in the register A? $50.
50, sir.
And what is the second operand that is given in the instruction? Here data 8 is written, meaning 8-bit data which is given in the instruction. But what is the value? Value is this 10.
Simple cycle.
So this will add 50 plus 10 and result is 60, which will be in the register. After execution, content of register A is 60. रोशन आपका माइक चालू है. रोशन आपका माइक चालू है.
यहाँ पे आता है, होता क्या है कि यहाँ पे आएगा ना.
Okay, next addressing mode और भी बहुत सारे हैं, but that we will learn in next lecture. So yes, before ending the session, I would like, if you have any questions, you can ask the questions. Or else write your address in the chat box and then we can end the meeting. I'm available for questions.